Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to TOI Sports, your daily guide to what's happening in IPL 2025. We are back again with our pre match show. Today is Saturday, a double header day, a big day in IPL 2025, midway in the competition, and a perfect time to welcome our guests today on the show. First up, we've got Avijit Ghosh joining us from Delhi. Then we've got Dwepen Datta joining us from Chennai. We'll have Gaurav Gupta also joining us. Yes, there he is, Gaurav Gupta. And the three are here, the full house. Gentlemen, welcome to the chat. Let's begin with the topics for the day. Midway in the competition, uh, I'll start off with you, Avijita. How do you see the way it is progressing now? Quite unlikely four teams who are in the race for the playoffs: Delhi, Punjab, Gujarat, and Royal Challengers Bengaluru. How do you see this turn of events?
Well, these teams have played very well, obviously. That's the thing. But the interesting thing which I found about the teams is Punjab has been a surprise package. And the most interesting thing about Punjab is that they have performed primarily with Indian players. If you see all the players who have been most successful for Punjab, they are, their top batters, their top bowlers, all of them are Indians. In fact, the big names that they had, barring Marco Janssen, none of them have worked. Maxwell had to be dropped. Uh, so that's one part of it. Uh, Delhi under Akshar Patel has done excellent. In fact, the match that they lost, I thought, they threw the match away because after the way Karun Nair played his innings, which probably was the finest innings of this IPL, they were in a position to pull the match off. Three runouts in the last over. I mean, that's the way you give away matches. The other two, even Gujarat Titans are a pretty strong team. Again, there the Indian players have performed very, very well. Sai Sudarshan has been a revelation for them, and Lucknow, Lucknow is and RCB both are at number 4 and 5. RCB is 4 and Lucknow is 5. But Lucknow is a pretty strong team. I see Lucknow as a contender for the top four spots. You see, with the exception of SRH and CSK, nobody's really out because even these two teams can make a comeback because the difference between the fourth place team and the last place team, which is CSK, is just 4 points. So that is two matches, and there are still 7 matches to go. So any of these teams can make a comeback, but they don't look like making a comeback. Sometimes you play well and you lose. These teams have not been playing their best game. So in the end, I think it will be between the other 8 teams and Mumbai Indians, KKR again, not at their best, but they can still very much in a position to finish in the top four, and so that's how it is.
Dwepen, is that your takeaway as well? That teams with India players are doing better, the performing India players are doing better right now, and teams with non-performing India players are not doing well right now. Have we truly achieved the Indian Premier League in the competition?
We had achieved some time back only. See, this idea of performing India players, taking performing India players into the lineup and making a strong core, that has been the buzzword of the most successful teams for a very long time. Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings, these two teams have won it 5 times each, and their success was always based on their form Indian players. That is where their success came from. It is interesting bit is that these other teams, some of the other teams, they learned the trick of the trade. They learned it a little late, but they have learned it, and that's what is showing now. From the auction, how they built the teams and how they went about it, and with a fresh approach, that is showing. These teams have caught up with these with these two superpowers of IPL, and that is showing now. These Indian players, these Indian core, uh, even now a lot has gone into the scouting of players. The not so like an Ashutosh Sharma, like it is he's not a performing India player, is but then the franchisee knows that there is talent. So those are the things that is working in their favor. A lot of homework has gone into the team, into the making of these teams. It is showing now, and that's a good sign that it has now really become a league where 8 teams are or 10 teams are in contention. That is the earlier it used to be between 4 5 teams, and it was just about the placings, who will be one and two. That is not happening this time. There are 8 teams which can make it into the top four.
Gaurav, also another factor is the fact that two of the four teams in the top four are being coached by an Indian. So Hashish Nehra and Hemang Badani. We have Kevin Peterson as a mentor at Delhi Capitals, but we saw what KL Rahul said about Kevin Peterson's mentorship role. Mentor, according to him, is someone who goes off to Maldives in the middle of the season for 2 weeks. So has the myth of the Indian coach not delivering also been busted because of what happened with KKR last year?
I'm so glad that it has finally been busted. This whole concept of T20 cricket. It's not like, I mean, and I remember Mr. Lalchan Raju used to keep telling this to me that Indian coaches, because he himself is a veteran coach, he's coached so many teams and he used to feel bad. IPL teams, not necessarily him. Why don't they hire Indian coaches? When Chandrakant Pandit sir has been achieving such great results in domestic cricket, he's known as the Alex coined the term Alex Ferguson of domestic cricket by Dinesh Karthik for him. So these guys have been achieving so much success, when they are traveling when they're coaching India A or domestic sides. But in लोगों को chance नहीं मिलता था IPL में, and that was sad to see. And I'm so happy that whole perception and that thing has turned around. I remember Mohammad Azharuddin speaking about it a few years back. That why don't IPL teams try out Indian coaches, give them an opportunity. In fact, he said that it should be made mandatory कि आपको सपोर्ट स्टाफ में एक इंडियन रखना है, असिस्टेंट कोच और द मेन कोच. बाय द वे, कोच की बात से याद आया, शायद जो इंडियन टीम से में थे कल तक, आप शायद किसी आईपीएल टीम के साथ में आपको अगले सीजन दिखाई देंगे. तो आप समझ गए होंगे मेरा इशारा किस तरफ है. तो ही विल आल्सो
No,
बी
I don't.
somebody in demand next
Sorry,
year.
sorry, I didn't get it. Can you please explain? I am not aware.
I'm saying there is one more
Our
prominent
viewers
name
will.
who was in the one more prominent Indian name who was in the IPL till last year, then joined the Indian team, and now is free again to join up, link up with the IPL again from next year. So I'm sure you'll see him
Uh,
with some team. Abhishek, I'm
Dwaipan.
referring to Abhishek Nair.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I didn't know the name. Sorry. Even Dwaipan and Abhijit were looking at me asking what name is he talking about. You were speaking in riddles,
It is.
or as the keyword as sources said. Yeah,
So
yeah. Go on.
basically, I think I'm happy. I'm saying that I'm happy that Indian coaches are finally getting their due, because it's not like Indian coaches are hired in Big Bash League or in other foreign T20 leagues, in Caribbean T20 League, or in in your T20 Blast or the 100. So I'm happy at least that they're getting their due in IPL, and maybe tomorrow the other overseas leagues will also have them.
Okay. He's talking about Achhe Din, Abhijit Da. You had a point to make over there.
Yeah. The point I also wanted to say about Indian players is that the Indian players who are performing well are those who are not in the Indian team. So that I
Uh,
found interesting. New players have come up. That is an interesting part of it.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but the two teams, Abhijit, you mentioned about, who, according to you, are not in the race, are Sunrisers and Chennai. In your view, what has gone wrong for both these teams? Because they promised a lot but have not delivered.
Well, as, as so far as SRH is concerned, last time SRH's success was primarily based on the aggressive batting of Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. This time, neither of the two have been able to demolish, opponents like they did last time. And the middle order also, if you see, Nitish Reddy as well as Henrik Lassens, they have not been up to the mark. Even the bowling, it has been subpar. So I think it's been a it's they might win the occasional match because there are 7 games to go, and in league you do win 1 or 2 matches, but they are certainly not performing to their ability, and perhaps will fall behind in the race. CSK, Dwaipan is the expert, but they just don't look like the team that they were. Dwaipan last time said that it's a team of the past. I agree with him.
Dwepan must be surreal for Dhoni to have someone like a Ayush Matre in his lineup who was not even born when the first IPL took place.
Yes, yes. But then they had a commercial where with Sanju Samson where Sanju is saying कि आप 13 साल के बंदे को लिए हो टीम में, so to which Sanju says that probably वो एक जीत भी जाएगा before you leave. So that is how long Dhoni has been there. And yes, 18-year-old, but the point is whether they will play that 18-year-old or not. It's not that they do not take 18-year-olds in the squad, 18 or 19-year-olds in the squad, but they keep them waiting in the wings for eternity. That is the problem with CSK. So that's what it is. But then they are showing some signs of progress. They have signed Ayush Matre. They have taken Devald Brevis, who was with Mumbai Indians earlier, quite a bit of a swashbuckler in South Africa. So they are looking to add a bit of firepower, which they say they have, but they actually do not have. So those are the things probably they will address. Let's see. Tomorrow is a very big game for them. Like tomorrow, if they lose to Mumbai Indians, then it is officially more or less over for them. Then they can probably start building for the next season. That is the way to go. If they win tomorrow, then there will be something else. There will be this again, this build up. They will go back to their same drawing board, same strategies, and try to win those games here and there and stay in contention. But tomorrow's game is extremely crucial for them. Let's see. Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians has done poorly against CSK of late, so that will be an interesting game.
Gaurav, we've spoken about Chennai and for Hyderabad. Mumbai Indians have come through the fire themselves. Do you see the fact that they have won the last couple of games being a turning point for them in this competition?
100%. Then they should see in the past that they've been slow starters. They've lost initially 4-5 games. उनके जो है वो they lose out of that around 3-4 they lose mostly. और इस बार भी यही हुआ. I think first four they I mean 4 games they lost. एक ही मैच जीता था उन्होंने बीच में. Then they've now sort of finding the rhythm. They've done well in both the last 2 games. I think that thrilling 12-run win over the Delhi Capitals is what sort of brings the whole team together. And they get fired up. That we saw that Jasprit Bumrah had that run in with Karun Nair. They pulled off 3 runouts, so the fielding seems to have come alive. And I think those kind of games they rally, tend to rally a team. And but they were pretty clinical, I thought, against against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Although it will be interesting to see pitch कैसी होगी, because we found the pitch to be quite slow and sluggish in the again in that SRH game. And ball wasn't coming onto the bat in the first innings, and then उसके बाद में due पड़ी मेरे ख्याल से, and then batting became ridiculously easy in the second innings. And obviously, MI with their enterprising approach with the top three, especially Rohit Sharma, former captain, and Ryan Rickelton, who I think has been an excellent buy for them, and Will Jacks and Surya Kumar Yadav. All four, was just came and just with all guns blazing, and that is a sort of approach that wins you T20 games. And I thought MI did an SRH on SRH in the batting sense. But then will they be able to take that risk of a slow and sluggish pitch in the match against Chennai? That would be interesting to see, especially with Noor around. Noor, Jadeja, Ashwin, though, he's obviously somebody whose powers are waning, but on this kind of pitch, even he could be dangerous. So I think they're better off. Am I better off playing on a pitch where the ball will come onto the bat nicely? But yeah, they seem to be striking good rhythm now, and after the initial hiccup. and I think they look the team to beat at this stage. I see them going up from here, from the seventh spot.
Yeah, and Abhijit, but one team like you spoke about, Punjab, they played like tigers, especially defending 111 against Kolkata, then beating Bengaluru last night. Uh, they seem you spoke about their Indian players coming good. Is it also a win for say someone like a Shreyas Iyer and for Ricky Ponting? Because do you think they finally have the freedom that they probably didn't have at their previous franchises?
You see, RCB has been traditionally an underachieving team, and you- but this time it looks a little different. It looks different because you know a team is always strong when you find new heroes, and this time people like Priyansh Arya, they have come from nowhere, and literally he's doing in this IPL what Abhishek Sharma had done the previous IPL. And I mean, he has really taken IPL from his 60s. But they played a very, very aggressive game, even though they got out. So there seems to be some kind of a template in place, and whether you succeed or fail, they seem to be continuing with that. And say we have also players like say Nehal Vadera, who just came yesterday, and when the match was getting interesting, he just finished up the game. So this is what a solid team is. That you get new performers for every match, and then again you take the bowling. Arshdeep bowled excellently, and you have Yuzi Chahal, who after Kuldeep is probably the most exciting spinner on view, as far as IPL is concerned. Marco Janssen. They have I really like this team, and I feel that it has the strength where Ponting's coaching and as well as the leadership of Shreyas Iyer, they are in rhythm and they are getting the best of their team. Somehow this seems to be their year for me.
Dwepan, same question to you about Punjab. Uh, they are finding new heroes every time they step out on the field. Do you see them finally being able to break the jinx that this tournament has proven to them for over the years?
They can. They can. There is a chance that they can, but whether they will go on to win it, it's too early to say. I think Delhi is looking the best of the teams at the moment. They look the most balanced. They like the way they are going. Maybe they will end up losing today itself. So that is another matter. But then, mm, uh, as of now, Delhi is looking the best team. But yes, Punjab has been better than what they have been over the years. Yes, there was one IPL, I think 2014, when they made the final. They could have won it that year. But other than that, they have been a bit of an also ran. Their choice of team was invariably wrong. The way they stacked up their stars, and they did not have enough meat in the middle with Indian players. Those things were a problem, which they did away with this time. They, there was a proper planning in place in the way they went about their job. Getting Shreyas Iyer back, the idea of Ponting being absolutely convinced about Shreyas Iyer, those things are showing, and a player like Yuzvendra Chahal coming into his own at a very crucial time. Like, those are the things that may make the those are Chahal is a super player, a match winner in his own right in IPL. So these players coming good at an important time, these things are making a difference. So yes, they will be in the mix, but having said that, whether they're going to win the title, like, because you asked me whether they're going to break the jinx, I can't say that at the moment.
Gaurav, we are halfway through the competition, Are there few stars that you've been particularly impressed with? Few players that you've been particularly impressed with? I'll start off with you, and then I'll go around and ask everyone about it. Any particular players that you're
I
impressed with?
think Priyan Sharia for starters. I think very clean bat swing, ability to attack, without any fear, taking on the bowling. I love that. Digvesh Rathi, both these Delhi guys have been very impressive, and I think they're products of the Delhi Premier League. Digvesh Rathi has also looked an excellent, looks a very good prospect, and I hope he's sort of given chances at somewhere at there's no India A concept with the T20 team, right? With our T20 team, but I hope
Yeah.
somewhere we can be sort of blooded because he looks a very nice prospect. And I think after the commentators pleaded with the umpires have started taking his celebrations also a bit lightly, and they're not going after him with fines and sanctions. That whole likhne wala jo unka wo celebration hai. Looks a very good prospect. Flights the ball and gives a bit of an air and drift and manages to extract drift and from the air and turn from off the pitch. So he looks impressive. मुझे अच्छा लगा इस बार कुछ लड़के definitely Zakir is an interesting prospect. I think it got hampered by dew at Wankhede the other night. Zakir Hussain, but looks impressive that the
You
Sunrisers
mean
Hyderabad
Zishan
spinner,
Ansari?
leg
Ishan
spinner.
Ansari.
Zishan
Zishan Ansari,
Ansari.
sorry, Zishan Ansari.
Yeah.
Zishan Ansari looks very impressive. Looks impressive, but obviously needs more game time and a lot of matches before he can sort of progress ahead. And other than that, I think quite a few. Prab Simran is also coming along well for Punjab Kings. Although अभी बहुत time है उनको आगे और grow करने में. But again, that fearless attitude of going after the bowling looks something that is to be watched out for. I think several, the Mumbai Indians produced a couple of good prospects. I still believe that Ashwini Kumar should be playing ahead of Deepak Char. I think Deepak Char was expensive the other night again. Went for 47 in his 4 overs. I think MI are better off with Ashwini Kumar being there. That left arm fast bowler will bring in a new angle. So I think those decent prospects emerge. Where the other, I'm forgetting his name, Putur. I think Putur has again been benched by MI, but I hope he gets his chances. Going forward, another exciting spinner to watch. So all in all, some very decent prospects have emerged in
Uh,
this
uh,
this thing, and obviously
Avijita,
guys like Shashank and
yeah. Avijita, any names to add to that list?
Yeah, I would put Vipraj Nigam of Delhi because he has won a game with the bat as well as with the ball. So and we are going through a phase where apart from Akshar Patel, our two great spinners, Ravindra Jadeja and and R Ashwin, they are out of the contention. And while we have excellent bowlers like excellent spinners like Kuldeep Yadav, we probably need a spinner who can bat as well. And Vipraj Nagam, I think, can come into the Indian team if he continues to be. I mean, these are impressive players, but as they say, one swallow does not make a summer. So if they continue on this path, they can be. I've also been impressed by Sai Sudarshan. He has been, if you remember, he played for India A in the Australia tour, and there also he got a century. But he has decent technique, can play the long innings. He's a fast runner between the wickets. Earlier, he used to take time, but now he's scoring runs at a much quicker pace. He takes sharp singles, and there's an intelligence to his batting. So I think Sai Sudarshan is also a decent prospect. And I'd also add the name of Abhishek Porel. He has not played a breakout innings, but he has been he's doing a very decent job. He's showing a lot of batting intelligence. He's hitting the big shots as well as if he's kind of but he doesn't have a single game. He's adjusting his game as per the situation and needs of the team, which shows that as he has cricketing intelligence, and since he's a wicket keeper, he will be a sort of a handy player to have for this format. At least he's a player who seems very promising.
Dwepen, we've spoken a lot about the players who have impressed. What about players who have not impressed, who have failed, who have flattered to deceive? Any names that come to your mind?
Mm, I okay. So there have been quite a few. So Klassen is like. Do you mean Indian players or like?
Any of the players.
So Travis said hasn't been a success as yet. Then Klaasen hasn't been a success as yet. The entire Chennai Super Kings middle order hasn't been a success as yet. So there are way too many names which haven't been a success. But to that list of successful players who have done well, I will just add one name. It's not a new name or anything, but the way Mitchell Stark has performed from the first match, I have been pleasantly surprised. Last year, yes, he won the final for KKR, but that was after a long spell of poor performances. He came good just when it mattered in the last two games. This year, he looks a different beast altogether. He did not play the Champions Trophy, came absolutely prepared for IPL, and has been on the mark from ball one. And one of the reasons for Delhi being so successful is probably Mitchell Stark's bowling. And what an over he bowled! Like, what, 3 overs, not 1 over. Those 3 overs, I think that was the best spell of fast bowling that he did, that a bowler has done in this IPL. The 18th, 20th, and the super over in the last game which Delhi won. So one player who has really impressed me, not suddenly out of the blue, but yes, like not a new name, but somebody who has done really brilliantly and is having a fabulous IPL is Mitchell Stark.
Two names that are on the chat window. We've got sports fans saying that Aniket Verma is a player who has impressed, and a sports fan is calling Pant as the biggest failure. Gaurav, do you agree with that? Pant being the biggest failure?
200%, absolutely. I think he's definitely felt the pressure of the price tag, and the 27 crore price tag. And he's been a big failure, He's clearly struggled. I mean, I think he firstly has to decide where he has to bat in the NSG team. Looked slightly better when he was opening, but basically, I think he needs complete overhaul of his white ball game, or he needs to just go with the flow and accept the fact that he's an excellent red ball player, one of the best that India's ever produced, possibly the best wicketkeeper batsman at the cost of annoying Dhoni fans, I would say, that India has produced in terms of red ball cricket. But white ball cricket, I'm sorry, I think thoda sa, he should just take a back seat and he should not perhaps overrate it, I would say. कुछ ज्यादा ही जो है भावना बह गए ऑक्शन में लोग और मतलब ended up commanding that kind of a price without having a prior T20 series of T20 performances, and that sort of dull performance of his have again been on show here in this IPL. So he has definitely been the IPL's biggest failure. And I don't know. See, each person tackles this whole big price tag issue in his own way. Shreyas Iyer also got sold for what, 26 crores, some 75 lakhs, something like that. But he's led Punjab Kings beautifully, batted beautifully, and he's taken it to like duck to water. Whereas Rishabh has still to find his groove. Going forward, you never know. Couple of matches वो जिता भी सकते हैं. But then I think he's had a dry run so far. And the other name that you took, I'm sorry, I forgot the other name that you took.
Aniket Verma.
Uh, yeah, excellent prospect. Very, very nice prospect. The other day, when I was covering the MI game, also, I think in the end he came and he hit a few big blows and helped them get to 162. I think कुछ extra cover के ऊपर से उन्होंने six मारा था दीपक चार को. Looks a very good prospect again. And I think MP से वो मध्य प्रदेश से, and I think maybe a product of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League. All these leagues are producing these state leagues, are producing quite a few good players, and I'm happy that Mumbai has also started one with the T20 Mumbai League, and I hope they also produce a few quality cricketers, because I think Mumbai needs a higher output, being such a big cricketing hub. It needs higher output in the IPL in terms of players, quality players, and I'm sure that will happen. And guys like Aniket, Digvijay Rathi, and so many others have shown, Priyansh, that there's a lot of talent that is still hidden, that is outside the system that the BCCI has have. It's a fabulous system, but we have got more talent coming out of these leagues, especially T20 cricket.
So there are two games
Kamlesh,
scheduled.
I'll just make one small say, like, with all the criticism around Pant, he played a very good innings against CSK the other day. That innings it was a very good innings, but there, he made a mistake as a captain. He did not bowl Vishnu. He had one over up his sleeve which was not used. But having said that, with the team that he has, with the depleted attack that he has, the The team still is in contention for a top four, but very much in contention for a top four. But so I don't think it is probably right to just write him off and say that he has been an absolute failure. Yes, his, he hasn't been the best till yet, but he has played a very good innings and his captaincy has been more or less on point.
Yeah, absolutely. We have two games scheduled for today. The first game between Gujarat and Delhi is going to start in about 25 minutes from now at the Ahmedabad Cricket Stadium. The update from the toss is that Gujarat has won the toss and elected to bowl, and Rabada is still not available for them. And Glenn Phillips is out of the competition. Dasun Chanaka has come in place of Glenn Phillips. Avijita, how do you see that game, Gujarat versus Delhi?
See, Rabada has been best, but let us not forget that the three top wicket takers of Gujarat are all Indians. Prasidh Krishna, Sai Kishore, and Mohammad Siraj. So they have been a very strong bowling outfit. Rabada obviously is one of the best fast bowlers that we have. It, it, they are on a strong wicket because all their batters, like Sai Sudarshan, even Gill has batted well. And one interesting point that I would like to make is, the last 2 years, Gujarat Titans have been one of the most successful teams in IPL. Uh, and two batsmen have played key roles. One is Rahul Tewatia, and the other is Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan, not the bowler, but Rashid Khan, the batter. He has had a fantastic strike rate, and uh, he came and played those very crucial 15 runs of 7 balls, that kind of innings. But this time, both have not been required as batsmen. Rahul Tewatia, so far, they have played 6 matches and has faced only 15 balls. That shows the quality, how the top order of Gujarat Titans is delivering. Rashid Khan also has faced only 10 balls so far. While he has not bowled well, his batting has not been called to perform. So Gujarat Titans have been a very solid team, and Gill has led them pretty well. They have a very out of the box coach, and that seems to be working in their favor. So they are a strong side again, and they will be. Right now we can only talk about the top four performers, and they seem to be very strongly in the race for that.
Dwaipan, who are you backing? Gujarat or Delhi?
They're playing. Gujarat is playing at home day game, so maybe Gujarat. But I still have a little bit of a worry with this Gujarat team of this number 5 and 6, this Shah Rukh Khan and Tewatia. If it so happens that they lose a couple of early wickets in one of the games, then they are in a bit of a trouble. I think the middle order lacks a little bit of quality if it is put under pressure. If Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill get out early, then there could be a soft underbelly there which can be exposed. There is a chance of it getting exposed because Shah Rukh Khan isn't exactly the player that he promised to be, and Tewatia is slightly one-dimensional. So there, Glenn Phillips missing out is a worry, and I think there is a chance of them getting exposed in certain games if they're chasing maybe a target of 180 on a slightly tricky pitch under 50-60 for 3.
Gaurav, a question to you. Who's winning, Gujarat or Delhi?
Interesting one. I think the way Stark is bowling, I would bet on Delhi, but then and Kuldeep Yadav, two of the best bowlers in the competition. But then and the way KL Rahul is batting, I would rate Delhi slightly higher. Delhi also has momentum, which is so important in T20 cricket. But then Gujarat have a lot of bases covered, and despite the fact that Rabada they've lost two overseas players, I think Rabada practically they've lost for some reason. He's gone back yet to this thing. And as I said in the show last time, we didn't look too enthused about the IPL this time with the impact player rules being there and the things being too. He felt that things were too much loaded in favor of the batters. Although I think the second half of the tournament has shown us, the last few games that they've been low scoring and they've been good games. So it's not been all about the batsmen only. But coming back to Gujarat Titans, they look a very strong unit, especially with the Guys like I mean Sai Sudarshan. That opening pair is deadly. Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan. Sudarshan and Sai has obviously completely overshadowed Shubman Gill. He's captain with his performances and made a case for himself to be considered for the Indian team. And then Josh Butler is there. So, somebody whom I really find it hard to understand कि Rajasthan Royals ने कैसे उनको जाने दिया. And I mean Rajasthan Royals, I thought committed a double mistake by also letting go of Yuzi Chal. But then we're talking about Gujarat Titans here, and I think they look a pretty solid unit. So it's all in all, it's going to be a premier, possible potential finalist का clash है ये, मेरे हिसाब से IPL 2025 finalist का.
Okay, now the second game for the day, and quickly, I just want comments from all three of you. Rajasthan, Lucknow, Avijit Da, who's winning?
See, I place my bet on Lucknow. For me, the exciting thing about this match is whether Mayank Yadav is making a comeback or not. He's probably India's most exciting future fast bowler. He has got pace, what electric pace, and at that pace, he's got control as well as variation. So if he's fit, it will be very exciting to see whether he comes back or not. The Nicholas Puran is the number one batsman of this IPL, and I'll give you a fantastic bit of statistics for him that he has hit more sixes than fours in this IPL. He has hit 31 sixes and 28 fours. So, they have got the number one batsman and the number three batsman is Mitchell Marsh. This is one team that has performed excellent, whose batting is entirely, foreign controlled. All the foreign players have come good for this side. And so let us see how they perform. They have Digvesh Rathi, obviously, who's again another exciting player. I'd like Rajasthan Royals to play well, but they seem to be losing their matches which are supposed to win. That is a bad sign for the team. Every team should win the matches where they are ahead. But even on the matches where they're ahead, they somehow manage to underperform. So my money definitely will be on Lucknow.
Dwepan, quickly to you. Who's winning? Second game of the day, Lucknow versus Rajasthan.
I think Lucknow is slightly better off at the moment, though they lost their home game against Chennai the other day. But this is an important game for them. They need to win this to be seriously in that mix at the halfway stage. They have the firepower. The top order is performing, and as with Puran sixes, as Vijitda was saying before that CSK game, there was an interesting statistics that Puran has hit 31 sixes while CSK had hit 32 sixes in this IPL. It was quite a funny one. So yeah, maybe I think Lucknow should manage to win. Though it's a tight game. It's a tight game, but Lucknow should win it probably.
And finally, with you, Gaurav, your final quick point from you. Who's winning, Lucknow or Rajasthan?
Lucknow, I think Lucknow definitely with the way Nicholas Puran has been batting. मैंने कहा था last time भी कि ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे क्रिस गेल क्या दिला रहे हैं मुझे वो क्रिस गेल the way he was batting, तो दो तीन season में I think 11, 12, 13 when he came in as an unsold player first and then before RCB roped him in. I think Nicholas Puran has been in similar form. The way ridiculous he से छक्के मार रहे हैं वो absolutely without any sweat. No bowler is being able to sort of find a sort of stop him. Mitch Marsh has been in terrific form, absolutely brilliant form. Perhaps this is the best that he has played. This is the best that he has played in the IPL. So I think, and they've done very well to overcome the injuries that they've suffered from. आज अगर मयंक भी खेलते हैं तो that will make them doubly powerful. Although मयंक खेलते हैं मतलब मयंक वापस भी आते हैं तो मुझे confidence नहीं है कि वो IPL last कर जाएंगे with the fragile body that he has. So and it remains to be seen कि वो खेलेंगे कि नहीं खेलेंगे because with the injury prone body that he has. Having said that, I hope Shardul Thakur recovers form. Another player who's performance will be closely watched. Because he got slaughtered, I thought, the other day by Dhoni, and he lost his marbles, bowled a full toss, which was called out as a no ball at a critical time, and that completely sort of killed a close game. Turned it around and in favor of Chennai Super Kings. So I think he needs to sort of again prove himself after a good start that he had in the IPL, and this whole fairy tale comeback that he had to the IPL world. And Rajasthan Royals will have a lot of things to prove. Unke, dugout it didn't seem to be a too happy a place. There were reports of rift between head coach Rahul Dravid and Sanju Samson. वो तो खैर Dravid ने कल बोल दिया कि भाई झूठ है, nothing like that. But then you expect official version ऐसी आने के लिए. But I think things are fine. ऐसा कुछ वो नहीं है. But yeah, Sanju Samson, I think it needs to fire in with a special knock for them. He's been due a good knock for a while. Yashasvi Jaiswal, thankfully with them, has come along well. मतलब form उनकी improve हो गई है काफी. I think he's had some 3-4 50s in his last 4-5 games. So he's been doing well. But they need Shimron Hitmare to be used better, and they need their bowling to come to the party. Their bowling has been pretty dull. So all in all, I think आज के दोनों clash काफी interesting हो गए, मजा आएगा. It's a super
बिल्कुल
Sunday
बिल्कुल.
for IPL.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So that's the view from our panel: Avijit Ghosh, Dwaipan Datta, and Gaurav Gupta. All of you sitting at home can be part of the conversation as well. You just have to like, share, and subscribe us on any platform that you are watching us. And you can also comment and be part of the conversation right through the T20 season. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember to also press the notification bell. That's it for today. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. We'll be back again tomorrow with yet another look ahead to the games of the day. Till then, all of you, please take very good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless from all of us here to all of you.